Good morning, children. This video is for anyone who's working in the Obelisk group. Before we start today's learning, please do the Fluent in 5. So pause the video now and answer questions. And here are your answers. So please pause the video again and check that you got them correct. Today's learning, children, we are looking at reading and interpreting information from bar charts, and we're going to look at very fluency questions and reasoning and problem solving. So we're going to start with this question here. Okay, so it says here, use this bar chart to answer the questions about the number of diners in a restaurant. Diners is another way of saying people. So the first question says, how many diners are there on Thursday? So we're going to look at our bar chart. We've got our days of the week down here and the amount of people, and this, we can see this number, our bar chart is going up in twos, 2, 4, 6, 8 and so on. So it says, how many diners are there on Thursday? So this is the bar we need to be looking at because it's got Thursday. So we go all the way up and go across, and it says 6. How many fewer diners are there on Wednesday compared to Sunday? Fewer is another way of saying how many people less were there on Wednesday than compared to Sunday. So we need to do a calculation here. I'm going to be using a subtraction. So first off, we need to do is find out how many people went on Wednesday. So we got 2 people were on Wednesday. And Sunday there was 12. Because we're doing a subtraction, the biggest number must go at the start. So 12 take away 2. Nice and simple. 10. How many diners are there at the weekend? So the weekend is days that Saturday and Sunday are the days of the weekend. So we need to add how many people went on Saturday and Sunday. Well, we already know that there was 12 people on Sunday. And Saturday there was 14. So we can add these two together. We can use a written method. We could use our mental arithmetic to help us, or we could use partitioning. We're just going to use mental arithmetic here. 14 plus 12, so 14 plus 10 is 24, plus the 2, 26. And how many diners are there in total? So how many are there all together? So what we're going to do here is we're just going to write out each one and then add them up. Well, what we will do here is we will use a written method to help us. So just to work out what we've got 2 for Wednesday, 6 for Thursday, and then we're going to add 10 for Friday. And then what we're going to do here is we already know the answer for Saturday and Sunday together because we're going to use our previous answer to help us. So we know we've got to add 26 because that's what 14 plus 12 equals. So we're going to use our column method here. So we've got 26 plus 10 plus 6 plus 2. 6 plus 0 is 6, plus another 6 is 12, plus 2, 14. Don't forget to carry that 1. 2 plus 1 is 3, plus 1 is 4. So we've got 44 diners in total. So that's that question there. Now we're going to look at our second question, and this is to create a bar chart using this tally chart, and it says use a scale of 5 and add in the labels. So the first thing what we want to do is we want to do our scale here. So we know this is 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. And our labels, so each one is a label here. So I'm just going to write drama here. Now, if you do have the option to print out, you're more than welcome to. If not, you're more than welcome to. I will copy this out into your book and draw it from there. Please notice that when we are drawing a bar chart, and this is not non-continuous data, so they are separate, the bars can't be touching like they are up here. So drama, we've got 5 people, that's a gate of 5. So we're going to draw up to our line. And I'll quickly show that in. Comedy, we've got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So we've got to go up to here. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Draw my other bar and draw a line across. Shade that in very roughly, that's fine. Cartoons, 5, 10, 15. So 5, 10, 15. And shade that in again. And last but not least, news is also 5, same as drama. And that's how we create our bar chart using our information from a tally chart. Now we're going to move on to our reasoning and problem solving questions. So the bar chart shows house points. It says here, Class A have fewer points than Class E, but Class C have more than Class C. Complete the bar chart showing how many points Class A and Class E could have. So we'll have a quick look at the table, the bar chart we've got here. We go up in multiples of 10. We've got, this is our missing data for Class A and our missing data for Class E. Class A have fewer points than Class E. So we know that Class E is going to have its bar chart is going to be higher than Class A. But Class E have more than Class C. So we know that Class E is going to be higher than 40. So here there are multiple answers, but we need to show this. So it needs to have more than 40. So we can say that Class E have 50 house points. Because Class C have more than Class C, which is true because 50 is greater than 40. Class A have fewer points than Class C. So Class A needs to be less than 50. So it could be either 40, 30, 20 or 10. So just for purpose sake, we're just going to say that Class A have 10 house points. So here Class C could have had 50, 60 or 70 house points because it was greater than C. And Class A must have had fewer points than Class E. So whatever the amount that you gave Class E, Class A just had to be smaller. And I just made it very simple that they only had 10 to really show the difference. So we've got another one here. Jacob interprets the bar chart below about shoes. Fewer children have white shoes than brown shoes. Is he correct? Explain your answer. So again, fewer means less than. So he says fewer children have white shoes than brown shoes. Well, let's have a look how many white there are. There are 20 children with white shoes. And there are 15 with brown. So explain your answer. So we're going to use Jacob's name and write Jacob is incorrect. But now we've got to explain your answer, because there are 20 children with white shoes, and this number is greater than 15, which is the amount of brown shoes. So that there explains to the teacher, whoever's marking your work, that you understand that there are more white shoes than brown shoes. Last question. A class collects data about bugs. So it says here, this is our pictogram equals 2 bugs. So we've got 2, 4. We've got 4 there. Butterfly. This, because there's only half a picture, that shows there's only half of the amount of bugs. So that's going to be half of 2 is 1. So we're going to use this information here. We saw 6 fewer slugs than worms. Now we can't really work out what that information is yet. We need to use this one to help us. We saw 12 more worms than ladybirds. So 12 more worms than ladybirds. So 12 more than the 4 ladybirds. So we need to add 12 plus 4, which is 16. Now I'm not going to do the pictogram for this because I'm looking at the time and it's already quite a long video. So I'm just going to put the number here. So 16. And it says we saw 6 fewer slugs than worms. And remember, fewer means less. So we've got to do 16 take away 6, which equals 10. Now it says here, draw a bar chart to display this information. Choose a suitable scale. Now we're not going to do the whole bar chart because, as I said, the time is quite, the video is quite long already. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to draw the scale for you, so you can have an idea of which scale we would go for. So we've got 1, 4, 10 and 16. Now, as you can see, we don't want to go up in ones because that means that our bar chart will be very, very tall. We've got an odd number, an even number, an even number and an even number. Now, all even numbers can be divided by 2. And I would suggest using a scale of 2 here because it will make it easier to read and easier for you to plot. So 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. And then you would draw your sections into there, and don't forget that this data, the bars do not touch, so you would draw 2 smaller lines. And if we were to just take the slug as an example, put a slug down there, it says we've got 10, so we would draw 10 to there. Now I'm going to leave that as your video for today. Please have a go at the task sheets now. Best of luck.